So thank you so much for giving me a chance to share my words on the innovative and creative thoughts for bringing change in the teaching learning practices. So let me share my screen with you all. I hope my screen is visible. Yes, thank you. So let's start with this. So everyone, you know that the topic for today is innovative, creative thoughts for bringing change in the teaching learning practices. Normal teaching can anyone can do, but we require to make changes into the teaching learning, right? So let's start with this. So here you all can find out there is a one slide which is shows that the words of the Williams. It says that when we learn, right? So it says that when we start learning, so 10% of what we read, 20% what we hear, 30% what we see. But 50% of what we see and hear after collaborating with the see and hear, then we learn the 50%, right? 70% when we start discussion, 80% when we are experiencing the same thing, and then 95% of what we teach to the others, right? So there are 10 ways that I have shortlisted after of the small research, that 10 ways teachers can create innovative teaching learning spaces. The first thing is the mindset. Second is the self-reflection. Third one is your open-ended question, flexible learning, personality matters, problem findings, student take risk or failures, consider a flipped classroom model, invite extra entrepreneurs or innovators in the classroom, and design thinking process. So let's start with the first one, that is mindset. So mindset means when a teacher going inside the class, that teacher must be passionate for the subject that he or she is going to teach in the class, right? If the teacher is passionate, then only student can listen. They try to collaborate, they try to make a conversation, they try to understand the concept, right? So here in the right side you can find out the benefit of the mindset. Fixed mindset, growth mindset. This all is concluded that the process, progress, passion, purpose, that what you are going to teach in the class in a good, innovative way, right? So next one is a self-reflection. So self-reflection says that when you are going into the class and after completing the class, next day you must go back, means you go through the topic that you have teach in the class, and what would be the students' reaction at that time. Are they able to understand your concept? What was the outcome of this teaching that you have teach in the previous lecture, right? After that, you can change yourself for the coming lectures. So self-reflection is very, very important. So next one is the open-ended questions. We know that there are a number of books with the students. So just go or ask the question that is open-ended, that is not present in the textbook. Just journal discussion on the topic that you are going to teach or that you have already been done in the class, right? So in this, with the help of this, student can lead to strong collaboration, exciting conversation, and they will generate the new ideas. Moreover, they will encourage the leadership skill also. So this is the benefit of the open-ended questions, right? So next one is a flexible learning environment. The environment where your students are going to be learn the things that should be flexible. Student work alone, interact with the peers, make a collaboration in the various areas, independent thinking, group discussion. These key points must be considered when you're going to create your environment for the learning. Personality matters. Yes, personality actually measures with the 4 points. The first one is the observation, questionnaire, test solutions, situations, and the psychological responses. In our classroom, there are a number of type of the students. Some of the students are introvert, some of the students are extrovert, right? Extrovert in the classroom can grow and gain energy, while introvert student can find themselves easily drained with the lack of motivation to participate. We need to identify these students. We need to work on these students so that they can come with the discussion, right? Next is the problem finding. We normally what we do, we just go into the class and just simply teach, right? But this time we just try to give the problem to the student, and we must tell the student to work on the three things related to the problem, that is problem formulation, solution findings, planning and execution. After that they will find out the good result. Must tell the student about the risk and the failure. If they want to achieve a success, they must go with the failure. They must face the risk, right? And one of the psychologists, Janet, already discussed that must learn from errors. As you are solving the errors, you will find out the more solutions for this. So this is very important to teach the students. Next is the flipped classroom model. Flipped classroom model is divided into the two parts. One, that is inside the class. Second, that is outside the class. Before the class, during the class, and after the class. There are three main division of the classroom. So we must work with the flipped classroom. Every time we have to give some task to the student to tell them to work on the particular topic and then come with the solution, then come with the answer, right? So this is the before class, during class, and after class concept. Must call the entrepreneurs and innovators in the class so that sometimes student can interact with the innovators, they more learn and more interactive, right? You must make a live interactive sessions with the entrepreneurs and innovators through various online medias. There are virtual connections be done today easily. There are a number of tools are also available. Next one is the design thinking process. So what actually it is? So design thinking process is a set of structure strategy that identify the challenges, gather information, generate potential solutions, refine ideas, and test solutions. And this complete design thinking process is divided into the five phases. The first one is emphasis, define, ideation, prototype, and the test, right? Next is the robotic invention learning. After the COVID, we go through so many things. So we find out that a robot can be teach to the student, right? And that working can be more interactive for the students as well. Multimedia based learning, make an online lecture that is fully based on the various visual effects so that student can learn more and more as compared to the simple lecture, right? Simulation based learning, yes, this is very, very important. If we talk about that, the engineering and technology students, so there are a number of simulators are available. We can work on these simulators and we find out that if we are going to apply these effects on the real world, then what would be the result of this, right? We find out the problem, we work on it, and then we find out the solutions. So every time when you are working with the engineering students, you must go with the simulation based learning. So thank you so much, everyone, for this session.